Captain Ibrahim Traore is angry. He just gathered all politicians in Burkina Faso, and what he told them was direct and unexpected.
We can't be here suffering while others live in luxury, flaunting it insultingly. We were warned, but we never wanted to listen. All this partying we're doing in the cities, it could all come to an end overnight. If we don't stop what we're doing right now. I know no one has ever spoken to you like this before, but I'm telling you honestly today. And everyone will be able to choose what we want for Burkina. I'm not a politician. I don't beat around the bush. Me, I'm a soldier. And I prefer to tell you the truth. Everyone is free to take it or leave it. Everyone drives their car, everyone lives well. We eat in the morning, we eat at noon, we eat in the evening, we do whatever we want to do. We are free to speak, to say whatever we want. That's democracy, that's our right, that's all. That's all we know in Ouagadougou. But go and see them, the children who are skin and bones. Go see the villagers who are dying of hunger. Go see those women who can no longer breastfeed because they have nothing left in their breasts. Go see them, but let's not pretend. If our journalists don't have the courage to go into the field and bring you these real images because we want to clean up Burkina's image, I'm telling you that's false. It exists. When I talk to you about people eating grass, if anyone wants to argue, I'll take them to see it tomorrow. It continues, it hasn't even stopped. I often ask myself the question, do we ever wonder where terrorism comes from? Why terrorism? Not everything is terrorism. We have contributed to making this situation happen. But I have walked through part of the Sahel. I'm not talking about driving, I mean walking on foot. Across the Sahel, so I took care to really see what the Sahel is like. And I'm not sure that you here have done that. I walked from Gorom, passing through Ursi, going to Deho, Tinakov, Tinasan, and coming back to Makoy. We did that part. We saw how people live over there. And we did that, it was 10 years ago. And it was predictable that this situation would happen. That means we are the ones who created this situation through governance. We need to tell ourselves this truth. We did everything to abandon certain peoples because of our selfish interests. As soldiers, we acknowledge our responsibility. But what led the army to end up like this? That's also the question we need to ask ourselves. Because it was politicized, it even abandoned its very foundation. We have to have the courage to admit it. The army was infiltrated, and everyone acts according to certain political sides.
Traore made it clear to them that they have been a major part of the problems of Burkina Faso today. When they got the chance to govern and make better policies for the people, they politicized everything. They ignored the real problems on the grounds because of their selfish interests. They stole from the nation and abandoned government projects that were meant to serve the people because of cheap politics. He spoke plainly, using words that cut deeper than any bayonet. He told them that while they were busy playing cheap politics, the nation was bleeding. He accused them of being the internal terrorists who paved the way for the external ones. For years, these politicians ignored the crumbling schools and the dry wells because they were too busy signing secret deals with foreign masters. They turned government projects into ghost projects, taking the money and leaving only half-built walls as a monument to their greed. Imagine the silence in that room. Some of these politicians have been in power since before Traore was born. They thought they were untouchable, but the captain told them straight, do not blame the terrorists for everything. He made it clear that the insecurity we face today is the child of the corruption they planted yesterday. When a politician steals the budget for a village road, he is helping the enemy. When a leader signs a deal that gives away their minerals for peanuts, he is stabbing the soldier in the back. Traore exposed the selfish interests that have acted as a secondary army against the progress of the upright men. The politicians sat there, some looking at their shoes, others trying to maintain a fake smile of diplomacy. But the time for diplomacy with corruption is over. Traore warned them that the army is currently fixing the mess that they spent 30 years creating. He addressed the rumors that these same politicians are putting pressure on the government to bring back political parties. They are hungry for their usual duties, which we all know means the duty of talking much and doing little while the national cake disappears. But Traore's message was a hammer blow. Behave yourselves. Traore has humanized the struggle by showing that the enemy is not just the man in the bush with a gun, but also the man in the office with a pen. The suspension of political parties is not a dictatorship, it is a sanitation exercise. The rebuilding of Burkina Faso is a serious work that requires silence from those who ruined it. The captain has drawn a line in the sand. You are either with the rebuild or you are in the way. And if you are in the way, the next room you sit in will not have a mahogany table, it will have iron bars. Captain Ibrahim Traore made it very clear that his patience with the old guard has reached its limit. He told the assembled politicians that the days of incite and rule are over. While the army is in the mud of the red zones fighting for the survival of the nation, some politicians are in the corners of Ouagadougou, whispering and trying to turn the citizens against the military government just so they can return to their business as usual. The truth is a wall that these politicians are now hitting at full speed. Traore has issued a serious and heavy warning. If you stand in the way of the rebuild, you will be jailed. This is not a threat made out of a desire for power, it is a vow made out of a desire for peace. The military has realized that while they are clearing the forests of terrorists, they must also clear the offices of political saboteurs. These are the people who try to delay projects or spread rumors to cause confusion among the masses. Traore told them that the government will not entertain even 1 second of distraction. The mission to save Burkina Faso is too sacred to be slowed down by someone who is angry because they no longer have a government car or a sitting allowance. The citizens are seeing government projects, hospitals, schools, and irrigation systems that were abandoned for 10 years suddenly being completed in 6 months. Why? Because the political toll gates have been removed. Traore told the politicians that their cheap politics ruined the lives of enough citizens already. Every time they stole from a project, a child went without medicine or a farmer went without water. Now, the military is the project manager of the nation, and they are working with a military clock. There is no time for the long, empty speeches of party leaders who only care about the next election. The pressure from these politicians to bring back political parties has been met with a cold, hard no. Traore has told them to behave themselves and stay quiet. He has made it clear that rebuilding comes before reciting party slogans. The government has vowed that until the country is secure and the development is visible in every village, the suspension will remain. If the politicians continue to use their influence to incite the citizens or threaten the stability of the state, they will find that the law of the upright men is very strict. The rebuild is moving at high speed, and any obstacle, whether it is a terrorist in the bush or a corrupt politician in the city, will be cleared out of the way. Traore has shown that he is not afraid to challenge the most powerful names in the country to protect the poorest citizens. The politicians have been given their final warning. Stay quiet and watch the nation rise, or continue your games and watch the prison doors open. The rebuild of Burkina Faso is the only priority, and the captain is busy making sure that this time the national cake reaches the mouth of the hungry, not the pocket of the politician. The era of selfish interests is over. The era of the upright rebuild has begun. By confronting the politicians and warning them against obstruction, Captain Ibrahim Traore has placed the needs of the many above the greed of the few. We have realized that the real terrorism often started in the boardrooms where deals were signed against the nation's interest. The army is now the shield of the rebuild, ensuring that no politician can steal the future of the youth again. The warning has been given, the lines are drawn, and the nation is moving forward with a single purpose. The remote control of corruption is broken, and the only channel playing now is the channel of progress. The projects are finishing, the politicians are quiet, the Sahel is invincible. Long live the Sahel, long live the AES, and long live the sovereignty of the upright men. This is History and Legacy Africa. Like, comment, and subscribe.